We've scoured the internet to bring you the ultimate in life hacks, bonkers inventions and crazy contraptions designed to make your life easier, more exciting and definitely more fun. And we've summoned a team of experts with science brains and funny bones to explain everything. From the ridiculous to the sublime. And make sure you strap in for the grand finale at our very own Hack HQ, where we create and construct an epic stunt, our very own super-sized solutions to life's problems, big and small, with the help of Mike Sansom, pyrotechnician, chemist and engineer, and his human guinea pigs, Marcus Bronzy and Stephen Grant. For now, sit back, relax and put your feet up. Let us do the hard work so you don't have to. This is how hacks work. This episode is all about the weird and wonderful world of pets. Who knew the internet would be so full of hilarious animal videos, eh?
These dogs, even without human riders on the surfboards, can actually surf waves. And they look pretty cool.
I did not know dogs could do this. This is clearly a key dog skill that should be bred into more dogs.
So in that spirit, we have sniffed and snouted out the very best animal clips to help give you the tips you need to be a responsible, caring and attentive pet owner. And there's a clip of a tortoise playing football. And we'll also be checking into Hack HQ for our epic hack, where we watch them build a nifty compressed air rocket before unveiling an awesome tennis ball cannon for the ultimate game of fetch.
I've got to admit, Mike, that is the perfect pets hack.
Who's a clever boy then? Well, this African grey parrot for starters. Displaying more dexterity in his beak than most of us have in our hands, this brainy bird makes short work of a series of locks that are keeping him from a tasty treat. Parrots, they've conquered the power of speech and now they can pick locks. Anyone else scared?
I'd love to be able to pick locks. That would be so cool. And I'd like to be a parrot as well.
Birds are really, really intelligent, much more intelligent than we give them credit for. In fact, crows and ravens are as intelligent as small monkeys.
As with any pet, training your parrot is best done through positive reinforcement. In other words, treats.
But just what is our master parrot dealing with when he opens a lock, and how difficult is it for those feathered felons to break into one? Every key is different, but why? How do they all open different locks? Inside a lock there are lots of pins that are all different lengths. To open it, you need to line them up and, surprise, surprise, the ridges on the key match up perfectly. And voila, your lock is open.
This is why pirates keep their treasure in opaque, heavy chests. Because if they're in transparent ones like that, the parrots can just get in and get their treasure out.
Another amazing fact from George. A lock-picking parrot is going to be a hit every day of the week. This is one bird you want on your side in a tight spot. The Akita is a hardy Japanese mountain dog, famed for their loyalty and ingenuity. When this one was having trouble with a door, his owner knew just a few words of encouragement would save him the hassle of actually opening the door for him ever again.
Okay. Good boy.
This is classic dog behaviour, being so eager and bounding and sort of enthusiastic. Oh, let me in, I want my food. I think if my cat was involved in this situation, he'd just be sat outside inspecting his claws. And then when you do eventually open the door, he'd look up and say, what sort of time do you call this?
This clever doggy proves just how good some domestic animals are at gaining access to residential buildings. So nothing to worry about at all there then. A hit! From getting into a home to making yourself feel at home. That dog may be a master at getting into a house, but our next pet takes things one step further. This owner became suspicious when he thought someone wasn't flushing the toilet after use, so he set up a camera. It revealed that this clever kitty has abandoned its litter tray and decided whatever humans can do, felines can do better.
Cats are extremely fussy about where they go to the toilet, and that stems from a a natural adaptation that they have. They want to make sure that other cats don't find their poo, because they use their poo to mark out their territory.
I mean, I think a lot of people would watch this clip and think, what a great cat. But I'm thinking, it's really badly behaved. I mean, it hasn't washed its hands, paws. It hasn't done the flush. It's like a teenager.
This clever puss is just one step away from being better bathroom trained than 50% of humans on the planet. It's definitely a hit from me. We've already found out that parrots can help with picking locks. But looking after the sick and the needy, well, that's a job for man's best friend.
When the owner sneezed,
Thank you, Rox.
the dog took that noise as being a signal for like, I've sneezed, I need a tissue. Now that is some clever training.
If I had a cold, was feeling a bit under the weather, there is nothing I would want more than a bit of tissue that was kind of covered in dog saliva.
He always has to ruin it, doesn't he? Playing fetch with a stick is one thing, but safely delivering a thin paper tissue to your snotty owner on command and using just your teeth can only be a hit. Coming up, at Hack HQ, Mike shows us how to make a compressed air rocket before putting that knowledge to very dog-friendly use in our epic hack finale. You don't want to miss it. You've already seen a lock-picking parrot, a toilet-trained tabby, and a dog that knows how to handle a door. Now get ready to be really wowed as we head back into the astounding world of extremely clever pets. Our next pet has discovered the answer to the perfect snooze pod in any household.
I'm not entirely sure what language that lady's speaking, but I think the translation is, oh my god, look at that poo, it's alive.
The cat in the toilet it's a masterpiece of nature's engineering that the cat fits so perfectly into that tiny space.
Bed, toilet and water. All this cat needs now is a food source, and he's got the best kitty condo on the block.
I don't know why it surprises me. I suppose because I think it's wet, but maybe it's a dry toilet bowl. It must be.
That toilet seat is covered in fabric, I think, sort of padded, absorbent fabric. That's a bit weird.
Yes, George, the toilet seat fabric is definitely the weirdest part of this clip. With such a noisy owner, this could be the perfect solution to a quiet night for this puss. Until someone wants to use the toilets, this one's a miss. If there was still any doubt at all as to how similar animals are to humans, just look at how happy this guinea pig is, who's found a tasty way to keep cool on a hot day.
This is utterly charming, isn't it? I mean, it's one of those real heart-melting moments. Great idea, great way of keeping guinea pig cooler.
Interestingly, guinea pigs actually live at a slightly higher temperature than humans.
Guinea pigs can suffer from heat stroke. They get like a bright red tongue, something known as a wet chin, and they can start looking a little bit unhappy.
Of course, a guinea pig would eat an ice lolly, yes, because ice lollies have the taste of fruit and guinea pigs love fruit, amongst other things.
This little guy's making the most of having to live with human beings and learning how to survive the hot weather without even breaking a sweat. 2 paws up for him. This next clip is proof that cats can be trained to do things, as long as they directly benefit from them, obviously. For cat owners who are tired of having to fill up pet bowls every single day, we give you the self-serving water cat. Well, that certainly beats drinking out of the toilet.
Cats are relatively fussy about what they drink because they prefer to drink from running water compared to still water. We think that this is because in the wild, running water is more likely to be safe to drink compared to stagnant water, which might contain harmful bacteria.
This is fine, this is all well and good, but when I can train my cat to fill the kettle, make some tea and bring up a tray of tea and toast and marmalade in the morning, then I'll feel like we're making some progress.
For today's busy cat owners, this resourceful mog has taken one responsibility away, a refreshing hit. If you've ever looked at your dog eating and thought, oh, how delightful that is, I wish I could slow it down so I can savour every slobbery, disgusting mouthful for as long as possible, then you're weird. But also, you'll be interested in this next video. For this hack you need a softball, a puzzle feeder and a cupcake tray, which you absolutely 100% should never use again. Ugh.
I think that I need some of these tricks, especially with popcorn.
You don't actually want your dog eating as fast as it possibly can because it can end up bloating their stomach, and in severe cases it actually gives them a condition called canine bloat, and it's actually fatal, and pretty quickly as well.
Funnily enough, I use this method at dinner parties because I often worry about people bolting their food too fast and not enjoying the company.
This hack may well slow down your dog's dinner, but it also means you have to sacrifice a softball and a cake tray. Who'd want to do that? A miss. Now, if your dog is nice and full after that controlled eating, you might want to give them a bit of exercise. Over at Hack HQ, they're going to show us how to harness the power of air to launch objects long distances and put your pooch's paws through the paces.
You all right, Mike?
You all right?
Dog's outside, ready for a game of fetch.
Excellent. I don't think that's going to cut it.
What? This is one of the best throwing devices known to man.
It's pretty impressive, but today is our pets hack, and we're going to take this ball and we're going to throw it further than it's ever been before in our special-made ball thrower.
How are we going to do that?
So we're going to use the power of air and we're going to harness that energy to throw that ball.
So you're going to use the power of air to beat this?
It certainly will, yeah.
Prove it then.
Prove it. Right, well, we're going to send this rocket with water and air pressure right into the sky. Let's go.
All right.
Okay, right, I've put some water in the bottle already.
Right.
Now, if you get the bike pump and put that nozzle right in the end there.
All right. Why have you put some water in the bottle then?
So that's going to act as our fuel, our propellant. So when we've got the air pressure filling up this bottle, it's going to create a huge amount of force in there, forcing that water out, and then you get a reaction coming straight down, and that's going to send that flying straight up in the air.
Awesome, so we're going to use this pump to put loads of pressure in the bottle.
Yep.
And that combined with a little bit of water at the bottom is going to really get it up there.
Shoot it up.
All right, cool.
Right, ready for it?
Yes. Right,
Step back a little bit, yeah, otherwise you're going to get drenched. Really building up.
Oh yeah. Whoa.
That went really far. I reckon that probably went about 30 or 40 metres.
I can't even see where's it gone?
I have no idea.
That was impressive. So we're going to use the same sort of pressure to get a tennis ball further than anyone has ever thrown one before.
Exactly right. The fact that air can exert so much force is exactly what we need to fire that ball. Perfect for our pets hack.
Join us later at Hack HQ, where we'll be putting a super-sized ball launcher to the test. We've seen a curious catnap, a roasting rodent licking a lolly, and some clever ways of controlling your dog's eating habits. Don't go anywhere though. Well, maybe you could fetch yourself a quick bone, because coming up, we've got even more captivating canines, and even a tortoise that's not a turtle disaster on the football pitch. Now, if you can't be bothered to feed your dog, but you can be bothered to attach its food to a microdrone, this next video will be to your liking.
This is a great clip. I'm just so disappointed that the dog didn't eat the biscuit and then the string and then the drone as well. That would have been much more entertaining, really.
We get it, feeding dogs can get boring, so why not make feeding time into a very, very low budget action film by enlisting the help of a drone?
Drones can be incredibly noisy things, so the fact that this dog is actually completely unafraid is pretty miraculous.
These 51 seconds prove just how far some humans will go to avoid any kind of manual labour. Bravo!
This is just a glimpse of the future. In years to come, this is how we will get our food. You know, our AI overlords will send their whirling drones, and these hoppers of nutrient-rich porridge will just drop into our mouths while we're on our mobile phones. It's just how it's going to be. We have to accept that.
Trusting your loyal pet not to mistake your expensive drone for a big tasty treat could easily turn into disaster. So, if you want a dog, get a dog. If you want a drone, get a drone. But please don't mix them. A hack is... Okay, forget everything I just said about not mixing dogs with drones, because it turns out they're the perfect substitute for a tennis ball. This owner discovered he could entertain his dog for minutes with nothing more than an expensive remote-controlled micro-drone. The only difference between this and a tennis ball, if your dog eats it, chances are you don't have about 17 more of them lying around in your garden.
My cats would just, I mean, they're already anxious. If they had a drone whirling around near them, I think they'd just go berserk. Be fun to try though.
Most dogs would have been scared of a drone like this, but you can train a dog not to be scared just through familiarity.
They basically see anything move and they think it's prey. It's in their DNA. I think this dog is hunting. It wants that drone gone, out of its life, kaput.
Again, despite this being quite funny, it's not really going to save you much money. An expensive miss. Some clips on this show need a bit of context to explain what's happening. This one needs only 2 words: surfing dog. Some dog owners just can't go anywhere without their loyal mutts. So for the discerning surfer who doesn't want to ditch their best furry friend on dry land, this hack turns him into a real-life beach boy. Or should that be beach good boy, good boy. This 4-legged surfer is more gnarly than snarly as he rides the waves, like a cool canine.
Dog surfing is definitely a thing, and in America for the most part, and they have dog surfing competitions, and that's been going on since the 1920s.
So just to be clear, surfing dog competitions have been around for longer than the Football World Cup.
These dogs, even without human riders on the surfboards, can actually surf waves. And they look pretty cool.
This is what California does to people. You see dogs elsewhere, they're working, they're running, they're fetching the newspaper, fetching the slippers. The ones in California, they're just surfing.
I'll say it again, surfing dog. 100% hit. If you think dogs are the only pets that enjoy a good bit of ball play, you definitely need to see this next critter.
I don't think I've ever seen a tortoise move that quickly before.
Forgetting for a moment the laid-back characteristics of his species, Bubba the tortoise loves nothing more than to chase a ball around the kitchen. Like a reptilian Ronaldo, he's almost a blur as he keeps up with his favourite toy. Until he goes out for a throw-in. That would probably be one step too far even for Bubba.
The thing I love about tortoises is they can live for such a long time. Steve Irwin and Charles Darwin cared for the same tortoise called Harriet.
Us humans have our skeletons on the inside, but animals like crabs have them on the outside. Then you have the tortoise. It's got both. And what's more, they're joined together as one skeleton. The tough bony shell has an outer layer of mini shields. It's made from the same stuff as your fingernails. As the tortoise grows, new rings are added to these shields. Just like tree rings, the older the tortoise is, the more rings each shield has. They make the perfect tortoise protection device.
They look a bit like pies, I think, don't they, tortoises? So I suppose if you went near it with a pie dish or with oven gloves, it might be anxious and run away.
Bubba is so fast, I think we should have a hare v tortoise rematch. And this time, no head starts. This shell just scored a direct hit. Over to Hack HQ. The countdown is over and the fuses are lit. There's no cannon too big, no dynamite too strong for Mike to handle. And with his trusty guinea pig Marcus, he'll try anything so that you don't have to. Earlier on at Hack HQ, we saw how the power of air and water can be used to launch objects into the air. Now we're back to put those skills to even more epic use, as the lads demonstrate how to substitute your arms for an air-powered tennis ball launcher and never get worn out by your dog again.
Tell you what though, Mike, I still think this is the best ball thrower known to men.
Go on then, give it a go.
Go on, Max.
Wow.
Look at that.
Not bad. I mean, that's about 25 metres. Yeah. But I can do much better than that. This is the Ball Launcher 5000. It runs on compressed air. We've got an air compressor there that fills up a tank that's inside. Now that's at 5 bar of pressure, 5 atmospheres, which is the equivalent of being about 40 meters underwater.
Okay. Right, so using the same principles as we use with the bottle rocket, you're going to be pumping 5 atmospheres worth of air into this box, and that's going to fire the tennis ball a little bit further up the field than my strong arm did.
Yeah, quite a bit further than your strong arm did. Yeah.
Still seems like a lot of effort just to get a ball a bit further up the field.
Well, that's where I've got this lovely little gizmo inside. As soon as the ball gets put down, it's got a sensor down the bottom, and it fires it straight back up. So we can sit back, have a cup of coffee, and watch the dog do its work.
All right, I'll put the kettle on and let's get this going.
Right.
Okay, all right, fair enough. That was impressive. That was actually really impressive.
It was impressive, but there's more in it. I can crank this up to 9 bar, 9 atmospheres of pressure. That's going to shoot it way further.
There's only one person that's going to love it more than me, and that's Max the dog. Let's do it.
Let me do that. Crank.
Crankage.
Wow, I think that was about 100 meters, and I didn't even have to reload it.
I've got to admit, Mike, that is the perfect pets hack. You've made it more fun for the dog and less work for us.
Yep, the power of compressed air does it again.
We are a planet of pet lovers, and the one thing we love as much as animals is watching them do funny things. So take today's tips, your nearest furry, feathery or scaly friend, and make some lovely, heartwarming and hilarious hacks.